Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back into the video day. And today, the Houston Astros beat the Kansas City Royals 2-1. Great win for the Houston Astros, 21-20 now with the win after a tough loss yesterday. The Astros bounced back. The Astros. Here's a really interesting stat. Astros, their last four wins. Well, they are 4-2 in their last six games, but in their last four wins, going back to last week against the Brewers, the Astros opponents have only scored 2 runs in the last 4 wins. The Royals scored 1 tonight. In 2 wins the Astros had in the Red Series, the Astros did not give up any runs in those 2 wins. They did give up 13 in the 1 loss, but then in the last win against the Brewers, which was Framber Valdez's start, we saw the Astros only give up 1 run. So, unbelievable. That's a great stat. Last 4 wins, only 2 runs for Astros opponents, and you go to 21-20 now. But the big story of this game was Isaac Paredes going deep for a walk-off. You knew these Crawford boxes were going to be a really good friend to Isaac when the Astros traded for him, and they were tonight again for his 5th homer of the season. It has been a while since Isaac sent one deep. The last time, I don't think it was that Angel series, but it's been a minute since Isaac has hit a home run. He's still not hit a road home run this year. I don't know if he will hit one this year. And if he does, he's only going to hit a couple. But a lot of these home runs that he hits are going to be in, I almost said Minute Maid Park, at Daikin Park. And, it was great that it helped the Astros win tonight. He didn't, he did have a hit before that. So he had a 2-hit day. And this was a great win for the Astros. And it ended off of Isak's game-winning home run. The Astros hadn't had an extra innings game in a while, and it seemed like that's where this game was headed. It was 1-1 in the 9th, and until Isaac was the first guy up in that 9th inning to follow what had been Christian Walker and Yander Diaz. They were 0 for 3, so I think Isaac was the hero in this game. The Astros actually have been terrible in extra innings this year. At this point, I believe the Astros are 2-0. They've only played 2 extra innings games this year so far. And I was thinking it's been a while since this team has played extra innings. It would seem that that's what's going to happen tonight. But Isaac said, "No, I'm going to go home." But so great win for this Astros team. Let's go over some numbers. 7 hits for the Astros, 6 for the Royals, 0 errors in the ball game. Win goes to Brian Abreu. He's 1-1 in the year. He got to pitch tonight. This is going to be one of the rarest things where you see where the Astros win a game by 1 run and you don't see Josh Hader pitch and not needed. They went Brian Abreu in the 9th inning because it was a 1-1 game. They didn't want to go with Josh Hader in a tie ball game, so they go with Abreu. It wasn't a terrible choice because in that 9th inning, gets a strikeout, doesn't give up any damage, and he gets a win because of that. And he's 1-1 on the year now. Loss goes to Schreiber. He's 1-2 on the year now. He gave it 1 hit, 1 earned run. The only thing he gave up, he only faced 1 batter. Isaac Paredes only threw 2 pitches, I believe. Let's see if I'm right about that. Yeah, it was 2 pitches he threw. He threw a strike to Isaac, and then Isaac took him deep. I can't believe I remember that off the bat, but but he gets the loss. Scoring summary: there was not a lot of runs in this game today. It was 2-1. Furman hits an RBI single, and it's 1-0 after that. And then we saw some home runs. Jeremy Pena with his 6th home run of the year. He's the leader in home runs for this Astros team, and also is tied for RBIs now at 21 after his home run today. 381 feet. Makes it 1-1, and then Isaac makes it 2-1 with his 375 feet homer to left. That was it for the Astros home runs today. And so we saw those 2 home runs, and Pena. We're going over individual batters now. Pena went 2 for 4 today. He continues to hit the ball well. So many 2-hit games. It feels like almost every game since he moved to the leadoff spot. First inning infield single to start off the game. Home run in the 6th inning. That was it for JP. 1 for 4 for Altuve with a double to left in the 6th inning. Isak went 2 for 4 with a couple hits, single to left in the first inning. Altuve to second. His home run in the ninth inning, 2 for 4 for Isak, batting 265 on the year now. Christian Walker, a couple bad games in a row now, 0 for 8 to start off this series. Struck out twice today. Tough to see it. I just think I'd remind everybody how good he was in the last series for the Astros. Yainer Diaz went 0 for 3 as well. He struck out, popped out, lined out to left. Jake Myers was killer for this Astros offense today. The Astros had 7 hits today, but 3 players with 2 hits. And that was Pena, Paredes, and Myers. Outside of that, there was no more hits outside of. There was 1 hit for Altuve, 2 hits for Isak, JP, and Jake Myers. He had 2 singles. 1 was an infield single, and that was it for this offense. Cam Smith was 0 for 3. He struck out swinging all 3 at bats. Cam Smith struck out swinging 2 at bats, ground into fielder's choice. Myers at second. Brendan Rodgers struck out swinging all 3 at bats. Chas McCormick was the only guy to walk in this offense today. He had a walk in his first AB, third inning walk, fly out to center in the 5th inning for Chas. Victor Caratini replaced him, grounded out to second in his only at bat as a pinch hitter. Dubon replaced Caratini as defensive reasons in left field, did not have an at bat. Framber Valdez went 8 innings today, giving up 6 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, and 7 strikeouts in 8 innings. He could have went. This is the crazy thing. He could have went the whole game today. They could have. They didn't. But they could have potentially brought him out in the 9th inning. He was at 89 pitches, and the crazy thing, there would be another not a full complete game for Framber Valdez against this Royals team. But it would have been another game for Framber Valdez against this Royals team where the bullpen is not needed. Last time this Astros team faced the Royals when Framber Valdez started, Framber Valdez went all 8 innings. And there was not a 9th inning to pitch because the Astros lost and it was in Kansas City. So the Astros did not go to the bullpen. So here's the crazy thing. Framber Valdez has pitched 16 innings against this team this year and has only given up 3 earned runs. That's pretty nuts. And not a lot of hits either. 6 hits today. I don't think there were a lot of hits last time he went up against this team. And the crazy thing is that in those innings, this offense has only given Framber Valdez 1 run. You don't count the Isak Paredes home run, that he hit today because that's something that happened after Framber Valdez left the game. There was only 1 run that was scored when Framber Valdez was pitching today. That was JP's home run. I think Framber, you got to be disappointed with how good he has pitched against. Well, I know team win matters the most, but it's got to be a little bit of a letdown that he has pitched so well against this Royals team, and he has a loss and a no decision when he should have 2 wins if this offense would score more runs against this Royals team when he was out there on the mound. That's frustrating. They only gave him 1 run, 2 runs. If you look at 2 starts, if you include the Isak home run that was way after. But Framber's record this season is 2-4. It should be 4-3 with 2 wins and a lost scratch because he got the loss in that last outing when he only gave up 2 earned runs in 8 innings and the offense didn't score 1 single run. But he has been a monster against this Royals team this year. We're not going to see him go up against them again because this is it for the Astros Royals, but I think it's great to see. And Abreu obviously pitched in the 9th. We went over that. He got his first win of the year. Let's preview tomorrow a little bit. Colton Gordon will be on the mound making his Major League debut. That that reminds me of it. It gives me Tigers, AJ Blueball, vibes with how the Astros had a sweep chance. The Astros don't have an opportunity to sweep here, but they do have an opportunity to get a series win. A couple weeks ago, the Astros had a sweep opportunity against the Tigers. Brought in AJ Blueball to make his Major League debut, and they had a loss. Now the Astros, they didn't have to give AJ Blueball that opportunity. In this scenario, they kind of really need to bring out Colton Gordon and have him make his Major League debut right now because Hayden Wesneski going in the IL kind of hurts this Astros rotation, especially with not a lot of days off in the near future. So it makes sense that the Astros are going to the rookie, but it doesn't make me it doesn't give me a lot of confidence in this team going up against the Royals offense with a rookie pitcher in his first game. But there is a streak that is up for grabs tomorrow. The Astros streak of home series, that they've won in a row. This Astros team has, really been good at home this year so far. 14-9 at home with this win tonight. Not only that, but they are, they start off 2-4 at home this year. So since then, they are 12-5. They've been really good at home this year. And if you look at it, their first two home series, in those first 6 games, they won the series in 3 games against the Mets and won 2 of those, and then they got swept by the Giants and went to the road. The Astros have not lost a series at home since they got swept by the Giants, and that was 6 home games in. The Astros have played 17 home games since then and still haven't lost a series at home. It's been about at this point, I think. If they win the series tomorrow, it will be a 6th straight series at home without a series loss. So that's what's on the stake tomorrow for the Houston Astros. We'll see what happens with the rookie left-hander Colton Gordon on the mound. It's a video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and peace out. Go Astros.